and one beside me, the other beside me, and he's now telling me about this arrest. And I'm like, okay, let me call the driver. I tell him, you tell me where we can come. We talk about this. Like, you cannot be doing this here. They're like, no way. Madam, we have our vehicle down.
What?
And they didn't leave my side. And
Are they in cops' clothes?
Yes. And they escort me. So you can imagine the banking, my colleagues.
Yeah.
If this was high, there was now even higher.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Premier was truly Premier.
Yeah.
It was great. And this bank, the reason why I was so grateful is because they did not just poach me when my graph was just growing high and high and high. I had been involved at this second bank in a very horrible matter where a fraud happened, and I was part of that team. When this fraud happened, which was such a dark cloud, remember, this rising up is not just rising up for me. There are all these other people who are celebrating with me as I rise. So when this fraud happened, what it meant is that my career in the banking world had come to an end.
Wow.
And it had come to an end in such a crushing manner. That's the worst way to end your career. And it was a normal transaction. The reputational damage. No one will touch you. And that's how the career ended. And for a split second, I thought to myself, as soon as I'm fired, I'm going back to the very beginning, sales and marketing. Because all people want, you sell, you get them what they're part of the sale, and they give you their commission. So I had made my mind, because I could read between the lines.
Yes.
And the history is there. When this happens, this is where your career comes to an end. No other bank will touch you. No one will trust you with their money. Remember, people are trusting you with their money. You've been involved in this fraud. Who will trust you? So, it was a dark cloud for my parents, especially my dad, because he knew exactly the pit I had gotten into. And I remembered his words. You know, he would always keep telling me there's the behind the scenes. It's not all so good. It is the behind the scenes. But here I am now in the pit. And people got fired. I could see my teller gone, my customer relationship manager gone. Like, I could tell it's coming because investigations are going on. And I knew it's coming. It's just a matter of when.
You don't have to get, of course, not in the nitty-gritty of naming people.
Yeah.
But what's the fraud case that happens?
Yeah. So this fraud case, a client comes in from another branch and says they want to withdraw close to 10 million Kenya shillings. But they wanted to withdraw it in three ways. There was a very small amount, cash, a banker's check, and an RTGS to another bank. And he explains to us the reason why he's come to our branch is because he has a construction just next door. So it was his right. So we go through all the due diligence. We even check with the branch where he's at. We get the okays. I also have a buffer. I'm not the final authority. There's a branch manager I report to. They also authorize. In total, there were 12 people involved in that transaction, including the RTGS at the other bank. And after we fully paid the 10 million, the client now goes to their branch. give me my balance. 10 million is missing. Where is my 10 million? The people are like, but you withdrew this money from... No, I did not. That's the last call you want to receive as a banker. So I got the call. The customer says they did not withdraw the money. You hold that call. You want to teleport. You want to go and remind them of the moment they withdrew this money. In minutes, the whole bank knows we've been hit. And you're the center of attention.
So let me just get this right. A client comes, says, I want to withdraw. This is the 3 ways I want to withdraw: cash, banker's check, RTGS.
Over a period of about 2 weeks, the transaction is completed. But they go with the cash. The banker's check is paid wherever it was meant to be paid.
So let's say it's ISO.
Yes.
ISO comes and does that.
Yes.
No, he doesn't go to his branch where his account is.
Yes.
He comes to the sister. Yes.
Yeah, branch.
And which is okay. You can go to any.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can. Especially at that level, you can be served anywhere in the world as long as it's that bank.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then ISO says, I want this
10, yes.
money.
In 10 million in these 3 ways.
Yes. It was 400,000 cash. It was about 3.5 as a banker's check to wherever it was being paid to. And there was 6.5, there about 6.4, that was being paid as an RTGS to another bank.
So then ISO goes to that other bank and says, I didn't do the withdrawal.
After about a month, ISO goes back now to their mother branch and is like, can I have my bank balance? I'm here to transact. ISO gets the balance and says, I'm missing about 10 million shillings in my account. So the manager is like, but a month ago, were you not at this branch and did you make these three withdrawals?
And ISO says, no, I wasn't.
That's on me.
What?
So the manager calls.
Isn't this again? Now, I mean, this Toro.
I know. It's like a movie.
It's a movie. Ni kama video in drama.
Johi, 10 million. What? And yeah, the client is here. And they have said to us, they did not come to that branch. They did not withdraw that money.
Wow.
You're like, you better be kidding me. You're looking at the phone to confirm, is this person okay? Do they know what they're saying? And I tell my manager, do you remember this and this and this client? Yes. So they are at their branch. They say they didn't withdraw the money. She's like, you better be kidding me. She made a joke and she said, he looked old. Maybe he's forgotten. I'm like, I'm serious. They say he has said he didn't withdraw the money.
Wow.
She leans in. Are you serious? That he can't remember or he didn't withdraw? Which is which one? She takes the call to
confirm.
Because she was there. She tells the tellers, do you remember? Yeah, he's saying he didn't withdraw. We were all frozen. And investigations kick in. Immediately, the client is paid back their money after the initial investigations because people's money is insured.
Yes.
But the bank has to prove it's taken the necessary steps for insurance to pay the money. Those investigations went on and on and on. Your friend who you were smiling with yesterday is not even looking at you because you do not know who dropped the ball, who is the insider. Those kinds of transactions don't happen without an insider. Remember, we went through all due diligence, including calling that branch, including, you cannot pay that kind of money without several checks.
Yes, and balances.
And also different authorizations, levels. So it's authorized here, it's authorized here. By the time that money leaves to go to that other bank, then the other bank is saying they don't have the money. It was withdrawn immediately. Like, if you try to trace the money, so there's no way that fraud would have happened just by someone walking into the bank and drawing the cash. It's an insider job. So you do not know who's the sellout. Who's. And me, I'm thinking to myself, whoever that insider is, they're in trouble. So because I didn't do it, I'm like, whoever that insider is amongst us, I'm going to say everything, because I didn't do anything. I did my part.
So I'm still stuck here. 400 Gs was given to cash.
Yes.
And he's saying it wasn't him.
Yes.
And CCTV have said it wasn't him. Okay, we'll come to that.
Richie.
Somebody else withdrew the RTGS that was sent to the other branch.
So it's a very long story.
Okay. This is CTA. This is where you tell long stories. I know. I'm just trying to fathom and understand
how.
Like,
do you enter a bank, draw money with all the checks and balances that have been put up to protect people's money and also protect people, and you now say you didn't? So these investigations took time.
Okay.
Everyone is called, they write their statement.
Including you.
Including me. Everyone has had their day or days, you know. And this is internal investigations by the internal security department. And we go through all this. The thing we're all waiting for is the final report. What do the investigations say? What are the findings?
Yes.
But before we get to the final report, some people begin to be fired. Don't forget your appraisals are also coming. So you know how the appraisal will go. Like, you can already tell you're cooked.
So working then must be so, going to work must just be like, oh my God.
Oh, Richie, you wake up in the morning, you do not want to go to work. Because you arrive at work, everyone is looking at you, clients know what is going on. It is so stressful. Trust is gone, and banking is a trust
so is it already
environment.
affecting your high network clients?
Of course it is, because they know what's going on. Teresa, what is this I'm hearing? And you don't even know how to explain it. It is just a horrible time.
Wow.
Horrible time. You can't sleep. Your future looks so bleak. The moment right now, but then you know that the worst case scenario is concluding my banking career. Because you will be fired and you will never be employed anywhere. Why? Who will give you a recommendation? Plus word travels. And then you start seeing people being fired one by one. So you're just waiting for your day.
Yeah.
And these investigations are still going on. You're even trying to put your ear as close to management to even get some preliminary findings of what are they saying, what's being decided, you know? But that's at very senior AGM, senior level, management level. So you do not know what they're thinking, you know? So innocent as you might be, you've done your worst case scenario maths. And it's so heavy everywhere, because even at home, they're carrying this burden with you. They know what's going on. And so they're also wondering, what will become of my life? Because some people's school fees you're paying.
Wow.
So it's a string. This string is going to affect very many people and very many decisions.
Domino effect.
I tell you, it's a very heavy decision. And that's why when people do these things, they don't understand the impact and the effect it has through your, just because of your greediness. Because that person or whoever those people were, just for 10 million shillings, you know, and I don't know how they divided it amongst themselves because you can't do that alone, but you've affected generations.
Yep. Trajectories of people's lives.
That's what you've done. And it's not like this money is going to bless you. So it's short term, it's lost in all manner of ways. Because even this money that you've stolen is not a blessing. It's just short term. What long term thing will you do with it that doesn't have a blessing? It's a curse to you and your generations as well. Mm-hmm. So it's a loss through and through. It was a tense environment, very tense. And others who are not involved are looking at you, pitying you, because they know what's awaiting you. But we're still waiting for the final report. So you still come in the hope that...
You're waiting to exhale.
Yes.
It's like you've been holding your breath.
Yes, for months.
Months?
Months. Investigations goes deep. They've got to do forensic, handwritings. So many things are being looked at. In the midst of all this, another bank calls. A higher role, a higher pay. And I'm like, this can't be happening.
Okay, I get what you're saying. That is...
In the midst of all this, me, I'm waiting for my career to end. I'm waiting to be fired. I'm waiting for worst case scenario. Because even if I don't get fired, I have this stain on me. So it will affect my appraisals. So it
affects anytime there's something.
Yes.
You're the top 3 names.
Exactly.
Whether or not you've ever been.
Know?
Yeah.
And then also the trajectory of growth. So it's not sitting well. And how can I be applying anywhere else with this kind of a record? What kind of a recommendation will I get? So it's not looking good. Then this bank calls. Higher role, higher pay, higher everything. I'm like, this better be a joke. I go for the interviews to talk about this new opportunity. And I tell them what's going on at my workplace. So I rehash everything. I tell them everything because I don't want you to offer me this job.
Without you knowing this.
And then, because anyway, I know you'll do your due diligence. You'll call for references and all that kind of stuff. So I better just tell you. The final decision maker said to me, your character precedes you. We're not just hiring you just from your recent performance. We know who you are. We've done our due diligence. And we know there's no way you could have been involved in that fraud. We are offering you this opportunity. What? I took the job.
Gone in 60 seconds.
This is a God of second chances. Are you serious? So I told my parents, I talked to a few people, and it was green light. I said my goodbyes, handovers, and I went to my new job. I was so, I couldn't believe it. How can it turn around like this? I was so grateful. This was another level of training. Between
that story was ended.
That story now, me, when you're done with your investigations, Let me know what happened. If you were going to fire me, now you won't need to. I'm even making it easier for you. But I'm telling you where I have gone in case you need me. I was cleared. Cleared very well and blessed. Another level of training.
Wow, wow. You know, I'm still stuck here. That story is over.
That story is over.
No, for real, for real.
For real.
We're not
for
coming
real.
back to that story.
We will come back. But how we will come back to that story? Richie, you're not ready.
I'm not ready.
You're not ready. You're not ready about how we will come back to that story. Me, I'm in a new bank, new higher role, another level of training. Every day I am grateful. Now, for this particular role, so between me and the CEO is just one supervisor. That's how high it is. Like the next level is reporting to the CEO of the bank. Let me tell you, because of the gratitude of the opportunity that I had been given.
You grinded.
Richie, what I'm meant to do in a year, even by 3 months, I will have done. My Saturdays, my Sundays, my nights, I gave my everything out of gratitude that you could truly see me and offer me this opportunity because I had truly seen where I was headed. It was a done deal. Yet, I didn't expect it. So I outperformed. And so, because my supervisor has to report to the CEO even knows about me. And he's like, this lady who's outperforming like this.
And it's the same thing. No, you are head of Premier Banking.
Yes.
Meaning high net worth clients on
On another level.
Just that card, just move it.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
So this is truly on a very high level and incredible training, more learning. Because it's not just now my work. I'm also now getting to learn my supervisor's language, what she looks. So I'm learning leadership on another level because we're so close with her. And I know the kind of reports she has to take to the CEO of the bank. So this leadership was leadership on a very incredibly high level. And I loved it.
CEO of the bank, meaning very many branches are under this one. This is the CEO of the bank.
Yes.
Okay.
Final authority of the bank. And I report to one of the managers who reports to him. So I have to shape that.
Wow.
But I learned a lot. So as we're going on with our life, me, I even now forgot because that has taken forever. I've never gotten the report. I don't even sometimes check because it's just gone quiet. I don't know how it's going to end, but it's just gone quiet. So as I'm going on with my work, it was the beginning of the year, January, we've reported back. So I've done my...
About what year is this now?
Now this is 2009. January, I resumed work 7th January 2009. You've been on vacation, Christmas holidays. And here we are. You've made the New Year resolutions, 2009. And I remember, and the reason why I remember, I'll tell you why. I had made a plan from January 2009 to August of 2011. How I want 2009 to be, 2010, till August 2011, about 2.5 years, I have planned. Why? Because whether it's finances, decisions I'm making in terms of where I live and all, how I'm committing myself. So I've made a 2.5 year plan. And then once I have lifted that, we can then evaluate because I'll have completed a couple of things by then. So it was a beautiful 2.5-year plan that I'm going back to work with. And on 7th of January 2009, I get this call on my way to work. And this gentleman tells me that we will meet at the bar. I tell him I'm going to work, and at that particular time, I was passing through a branch, one of the branches at the city center, because there's a client I wanted to first meet, pass by the city center branch before I go to my branch where I'm domiciled, to just serving that client. So I tell this gentleman, we can meet around 10. Mid-morning, I'll be done with the client I had gone to see. Then we can meet at that city center branch as I'm doing what I needed to do for that client, and maybe meet a couple of other of my clients there. Then I'll head to my, and I'm thinking it's just whatever we need to talk about, then I head where I'm going. And he comes and he says he wants to see Teresa Njoroge. Yeah, here I am. And I'm like, yes, how may I help you? And when I notice there's something he needs to tell me, I tell him I need to finish. There's something I really need to finish. So I show him, because the premier relationship, the money,
nice.
there's, all these comfy places you sit. So I direct him to where he will wait for me to complete this thing I need to complete for my client. Then I attend to this, because we have a day's plan. And it's not just a day's plan. We've got a whole 2.5 years here we've planned for. Or so I thought. Living your life very well planned. He tells me, no, I'm actually here to arrest you. Arrest me? Me? Why?
What?
Do you remember this transaction XY? I'm like, yeah, I remember that transaction. What's the finding? That's why I'm here, to arrest you. Commotions begin. Arrest me. And I tried to now tell him, you have the wrong person. It's not me. I didn't steal. I didn't do anything wrong. So because of that commotion, and we're at the banking hall, and it's busy, beginning of the year, people are, I begin feeling this is not okay. So I'm like, can we move? He's like, no. So these two ladies come, and one beside me, the other beside me, and he's now telling me about this arrest. And I'm like, okay, let me call the driver. I tell him, you tell me where we can come. We talk about this. Like, you cannot be doing this here. They're like, no way. Madam, we have our vehicle down.
What?
And they didn't leave my side. And
Are they in cops' clothes?
Yes. And they escort me. So you can imagine the banking, my colleagues.
Yeah.
And off I go. I didn't even pick my handbag or anything. I didn't even complete what I needed to do for my clients. I was taken away, whisked in that vehicle, put in the middle, come this side, and off we go to Central Bank, fraud unit.
What?
This is mid-morning. I'm like, do you know you have the wrong person? I tried to explain to them, I didn't steal. I didn't do anything wrong. How did you end up
with me?
How? How did it end up here? Tears. I'm like, I need to call my boss. Can I call? They have my phone. It was a horrible time. I'm crying, trying to prove I'm innocent. I'm trying to contact anybody I can contact to let them know I'm here. And they're telling me, you need to write the statement. What statement? I need a lawyer. I can't write a statement without a lawyer. No lawyer is forthcoming. Write the statement.
And a statement saying what?
What happened. But it's not me just writing the statement. He is interviewing me based on how he wants the statement to look. But I'm in tears, I'm a mess. Because I don't understand how you've just done this to me. How? So I'm in tears, I'm a mess. I was a total mess. And he's rushing me because we're almost now headed to evening.
This is now you're in the
At the Central Bank fraud unit, where he took me mid-morning. We're headed to evening. I have cried all I could cry. I have thrown all manner of tantrums. I've requested I need to call my boss. I need to call my parents. I need to call. I'm not being allowed to.
Wow.
He asks, and he has a pen and a paper here. He needs to write this thing. His most important business of the day is to write what he needs to write. So what happened? When did so and so? So he writes. It's not me writing. He's asking questions and writing based on what he wants on this statement. So we continue back and forth, and he tells me, I know you did not commit this crime.
What?
Like, you know, yes. So instead of bothering yourself so much, crying so much, throwing all these tantrums, let me tell you something. I know that you didn't commit this crime. But I need to write this statement. And you're not giving me a lawyer, or I call my boss, or I call someone. Anyway, he had his statement at the end of the day. It's now heading to around 6 p.m. He tells me to call one person. So I called my dad. Dad, do you remember that transaction? Yes. So this gentleman came to the bank today. He told me I'm under arrest, and I have been at the Central Bank fraud unit the whole day.
Wow.
And now he has told me he's taking me to the police station. Which police station? Kileleshwa police station. So he tells me, let's meet there. By the time they arrive, I have arrived at the police station.
Been booked.
I've been booked. The OB is opened. I've been booked. My phone taken. And I have been put in the cell. Now I'm sitting there.
What's going through you? Hold on. Just in fact, before we...
I know.
We'll be back.